very, very quickly, we are here because I listened to your interview with interest on television, and indeed it has been a challenging last 6 years. Bayelsa, Nigeria in general, and TVC hasn't avoided that. It's been a challenging time for TVC as well. But in the last year, we've been undergoing some big changes here at TVC. We had some painful changes last year where one of our channels we had to close down, and unfortunately 150 of our staff were made redundant. But we did that, I suppose, with a much bigger intention, and that intention was that we could invest all our resources into what really are our core products, and primarily our lead product is TVC News Nigeria. So it's an opportunity for me today to just give you an update on terms of some of the plans we have in the months ahead, because they will be particularly relevant to you and your officers in advance of what's happening in early 2019. But we have, as the executives of TVC, we've just announced a multi-million-dollar investment in a whole new news set, which will create a new studio somewhere between CNN and BBC in terms of its look, its feel and professionalism. And that new news set will be launched possibly by the end of July at the latest. And this is TVC Communications getting ready, I suppose, well in advance of the elections. So there are huge changes which will be of benefit to big supporters such as yourselves ongoing on television and also on radio, just so you're aware, and we'll, through G-Day, we'll brief you more in the months ahead. But we were in Abuja last week because we have an office in Abuja of 30 people. We're employing another 15 people up there because we're opening a radio station in Abuja by the end of May. That will go live and that will go to air. So that is TVC Communications getting really prepared, and I suppose being very focused around the election. So it's important that you know that. G-Day referenced something that you are a great supporter, and I was never in doubt about that since I came. And I don't mind telling you in this forum, I have yet to meet the Governor of Lagos State. I have met the Governor of Bayelsa before I've met the Governor of Lagos State. That perhaps says where you are in our esteem. So look, it's very important that we welcome you today. It's very important that we acknowledge to you how much we appreciate your support through challenging times. It is hugely important to us that we continue to get the support. We don't take it for granted. That's why we're making the changes, such as the changes we are on TV and on radio. G-Day refers to me very much as Oliver Twist, and if I can explain that, he comes to me and tells me, I've got 2 hours live from Bayelsa, and I'd say, can we not get 3 hours from Bayelsa? So he keeps suggesting that I'm always asking for more, but as any commercial director, I always will ask for more. But we are here, and we are getting ourselves ready to support you and your officers in the months ahead. We don't take your patronage for granted at all. That's why we are trying to improve our services, and we hope that this visit today and this coming together and these introductions is just an indication of the strength of the bond between the two of us. It has taken me a few months to, I suppose, understand better the politics. I am an outsider, but I come from Ireland, which is a small country of 4 million people, but is incredibly political. So we have an interest in politics, but I'm slowly understanding the politics here. I've had to explain to a lot of our advertisers when I go and I'm telling them I'm from TVC, they go, we know your owner. I said, look, I've never met the owner. The owner has never had any impact in how we do business. All he has done is being completely supportive of the changes we're making to TVC. He has never in any way impacted on editorial, on commercial, etc. And I think it's important that you know that I'm saying that to you. If I can be very clear, the management team around this table are very neutral. We support all sides who are partners of TVC, and you are very much partners of TVC Communications. So on that note, being Irish, we're known for our drinking, our dancing, and our talking. So for fear of being accused of talking too much, I will stop there, and I will hand over to yourself, and perhaps you might say a few words in response.
Thank you very much, Commercial Director and members of the very able TVC team. It's a great honor and privilege for me and members and team to be here and to be received by all of you, led by the Commercial Director, who, by the way, spoke not just as a Commercial Director, but as a CEO. That speaks to the quality of work and the coordination and the synergy that exists in this place. Let me quickly introduce my officers who are here with me. The one at my immediate left is the Commissioner for Information, who, I mean, by the job description, you can understand why he said. After him is my Chief Press Secretary. It's my Chief Press Secretary. As a Special Advisor on Public Communication, Public Affairs. And then we have Ono Ahmed, who is the Senior Special Assistant, Senior Special Head of Media, working in those in Abuja. Then Fidelis is a Special Advisor on media. So they're all media related, and the others are part of my Lagos liaison team. And on the other side, you have a few of my officers who are handling social media issues and so on and so forth. So I'm there with my media team, but let me express our profound appreciation and gratitude to the warm reception accorded me and my entourage. And I want to thank you. Let me also thank you for the great work that all of you are doing in TVC. I alluded to that a short while ago when I appeared live on your program. And I want to also use this opportunity to also appreciate the contributions of all of you in the TVC, and especially those who had this concept, this idea of a communication company like TVC doing the kind of work that you are doing. For me, as a believer in the kind of work that those of you in the media do, I take it that any investment in the media outfit is essentially an investment in national development. It's an investment in expanding the frontiers of knowledge, communication. It's an investment for us in this country. It's an effort to deepen and broaden our democracy and taking the views of our people and disseminating it everywhere, holding leaders accountable, doing the kind of wonderful work you guys are doing. So for me, I'm in support of the great work you guys are doing. I and my team have never for once viewed TVC as some partisan light. We take interest in the work you and all other media houses do. We think that's a very important job for national development, for the stabilization and deepening of our democracy and all of that. So I want to thank you all for what you're all doing. I want to also appreciate the support and encouragement that my government and my state continue to receive from the TVC family. We don't take that for granted. But I also assure you that all your reportage, as everyone else knows, is factual. Everything that we're doing is what you guys are reporting, letting people know. So keep doing that. I'm here to underscore the seriousness we take this relationship, and to also personally thank you all, and to say that even moving forward, Bielsa would like to work even closer with you all to disseminate information, as we try to expand the frontiers of development, stability, and security, places we've been doing for 6 years. I still have a little less than 2 years more to go. My agenda is still full, my plate is still full. I have a lot of things to do to consolidate on what we have already done, achieved, and hopefully leave a strong enough foundation upon which a prosperous and stable state and economy can be built. That's my job, and I have an able team that's working hard with me. And thank you, Commercial Director. You have You are almost in Nigeria now. The only thing is, well, two things. As the gentleman told you in Abuja, the Irish and Nigerians have a lot in common. Not just whiskey, not just talking, as you know, I've also spoken for quite some time. But I'm impressed with the work you are all doing. Irish and Nigerians also have an interest in doing things well, running things efficiently, and that's what I've seen in the TVC family. So, the other thing is, they may not have told you, and I'm not surprised that they have not told you, which is that any visitor to Nigeria who has not visited Bayelsa has not quite visited Nigeria yet. Let me say that you and your colleague from Ireland are just preparing to visit Nigeria, and I hope that one of these days, at the end of this preparation in Lagos, which is a nice place to prepare people to visit Bayelsa. Yes. You will find time to visit Bayelsa, which is the epicenter of the Niger Delta and its issues and concerns. Bayelsa is critical to our country. What I do in Bayelsa is not just a service to my states, it's a service to the security and stability of the region, and therefore of Nigeria. And they must have told you that the story of oil and gas in Nigeria started from my state, and we still continue to play that important pivotal role, even though most of the companies that make all the billions are not there. I don't want to tell you where they are. I don't want to get into trouble. I don't want you to get into trouble. But anyway, it's a pleasure being here. Once again, I thank you all for the wonderful job that TVC is doing. You guys have changed the paradigm in public communication. And you have our support, my total support, encouragement. And I have no doubt with the way you have discharged your very serious responsibility so far, I have no doubt that you will continue to be factual, you will continue to be neutral, reportage and coverage, commentaries, and with the quality of personnel that I've even interacted and seen today, and what I've seen so far, I have no doubt that TVC is going to go places not just in Nigeria, but it will go places internationally. Once again, I want to thank you for the warm reception, and please extend my very heartfelt appreciation and gratitude to the Chief Executive Officer and to all others concerned.
Yeah, we will.
And
we will take you. We will take you up on that invite. We will get to Bayelsa.
Oh, that's good.
Get to Bayelsa.
Yeah, that is when you would have visited Nigeria properly.
Yes.
But until then, what we are doing is good. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.